Well, hello librarians. This is Mark Wurst from thelibrarymagician.com. Thank you so much for signing up for our video series on how to make your summer reading programs amazingly successful and loads of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun here over the next couple of weeks. Now, people have asked me, they said, Mark, what made you decide to put together a video series like this for librarians? Well, I'll tell you a couple of reasons. The first reason is I have a ton of fun working at libraries. I've worked for a lot of them over the years, and I wanted to give something back. I know I have some helpful information that will help you not only with this summer's reading program, but for all your events in the future. So I'm going to give this to you, kind of a little gift. The second thing was, I get a lot of junk mail, as you probably do, and I have a pretty big shredder in my house. The other day I was shredding a big pile of mail, and my son, who's 5 years old, he came up to me and he said, "Daddy, you waste a lot of paper." And I didn't think about what I was shredding. I thought about how much mail I normally send out. Now, if you've been a librarian for the last few years, you know I send you lots of letters, lots of postcards, lots of flyers. You get all kinds of cool stuff from me marketing my summer reading program. This year, we're going to save a few trees. We're going to go a little bit greener. I'm going to do some video marketing instead. That brings me to the next reason I wanted to do this. You see, I do a lot of marketing, not just in my own magic business, but I also have some corporate clients that hire me as a consultant to help them with their marketing. And one of the things that you learn in marketing is that people do business with folks that they know, like, and trust. Well, it's really tough to forge a relationship on know, like, and trust when all you're looking at is a printed piece of paper with some words on it. So I wanted to kind of let you guys in here a little bit backstage, see what goes on in the planning of our summer reading program, give you some stuff, give you some ideas of what we're going to do at your library, and give you some helpful tips as well. Maybe you'll get to know, like, and trust me a little bit more over the course of our time together, and maybe we'll get to work together in the future, and that'd be great. Now that brings me to my first big tip for this video series. How to make your library events exciting, unforgettable, and loads of fun. Only use professional performers. If you're going to have an outside person come in and put on a program, you only want to use professionals. How do you spot a professional? Well, I'm going to give you a lot of different tips on spotting professional performers, but to kick things off, three quick tips. First, look for someone who is 100% full-time. This is their business. This is their job. This is how they put food on their table. There are a lot of performers out there who have 9-to-5 jobs and then try to pick up work on the weekends or at night. Some of these performers are really great in their own right. Some of them not so good. That's why they don't do this for a living. The bottom line is you want a professional performer, someone who's going to send you a contract, someone who's going to follow up with an email, with a confirmation call, somebody who's going to get there an hour ahead of time to be set up and ready to go. The last thing you want is to disappoint a bunch of children because the performer got out of work late, couldn't get on the highway in time, or just plumb forgot he was supposed to be at the library because that's not his main concern. Second way to spot a professional is you want somebody that has tons of testimonial letters. I'm talking about letters of recommendation from other libraries and venues like schools and daycare centers, family venues. I actually have a book about this thick of testimonial letters that I've collected over the years that I provide upon request. And if you've seen my website, you know we use quotes from those letters on the website. We even use videos of librarians and other folks telling everybody on the internet what they thought of our show, how great it was. If a performer tells you that they don't have any testimonial letters, they probably haven't been performing very long and they haven't been able to get any letters. Or, what's even worse, they're not very good and no one will write them a letter of recommendation. So if a performer doesn't have a ton of testimonial letters, that's a red flag. Beware. Now here's my third big tip for today. This wasn't going to be in the video originally, but I just heard this story and I wanted to share it with you. Third big tip to finding a professional performer is someone who stands by their price. Now I know this is a touchy subject because of budget cuts, because of the funding that you guys deserve that you're not getting for your libraries, and I know libraries have had to cut out a lot of programs over the last few years. But let me tell you this quick story. I spoke to a librarian a week and a half ago. She tried to hire a magician last year. His price was like $300, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we only have about $150 left in our budget." He said, "That's okay. I'll come out and do it for $150." Now she thought she was getting a bargain. What happened was he came out for $150, and about halfway through his show, he had some kind of a smoke machine, a special effects machine that set off the fire alarms in the library. Well, of course, the building had to be evacuated. The show came to an abrupt end. And when it was all said and done, the fire department fined that poor librarian probably a few $100s for making them come out there for the little false alarm. That performer who is willing to cut their price in half is desperate for dollars. They're not a professional. They're looking to pick up some gigs. They're looking to pick up some money and just do whatever it takes to get some cash. They're not going to be very good. They're not going to be what you or your library directors or administrators or patrons are going to want to see and sit and have a fantastic time. So I know it's tough. You got to hire people that cost a little bit more money. It's not that you have to hire somebody that's real expensive, but if someone's willing to cut their fee in half just to accommodate your budget, that is a big no-no. All right, well, I hope you got a tip in this video that you can use. Stay tuned for our future videos. We're not only going to give you more tips on how to spot a performer that's great, we're going to show you some of the tricks that you will see this summer in the magical H2O show, and when I hope to come to your library and make a splash. Thanks again for watching. This is Mark Wurst from thelibrarymagician.com saying take care, everybody. We'll see you real soon.